The mystery of SS Ourang Medan. In 1947, a ship was found adrift in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Every member of its crew was dead, yet the vessel itself was undamaged, and no wounds or signs of violence were found on any of the bodies. How did they die? Join us this week as we dive deep into the chilling mystery of the SS Ourang Medan. The Strait of Malacca, located between Malaysia and the island of Sumatra, is one of the busiest and most vital shipping routes in the world. It connects major world economies such as China, India, and Japan. Around 260 ships pass through it every day, carrying nearly a quarter of the world's traded goods. Its importance as a global maritime highway is undeniable, but so is its dark reputation. For centuries, the waters of this region were infested with pirates. And even today, the narrow channel, only about 1.5 miles wide at the Phillip Channel, makes navigation treacherous for larger vessels. Worse yet, it's also one of the most accident-prone stretches of sea on Earth. Over the centuries, more than 30 ships have met their end here, one every few years. Among them was the SS Ourang Medan, a ship whose horrifying fate would terrify sailors for generations and eventually become a maritime legend. In June 1947, ships sailing through the Strait of Malacca received a strange SOS signal. The message, sent in Morse code from an unknown source, came in two parts. It did not identify the vessel or its exact location, but its contents were chilling. All officers, including the captain, are dead, lying in chart room and bridge. Possibly whole crew dead. Moments later, a final fragmented transmission followed. "I die." After that, nothing more was heard. Authorities immediately began a race against time to locate the source of the signal. Nearby ships were alerted and instructed to keep watch. At first, the search yielded nothing, but with the help of British and Dutch radio operators, the signal's origin was finally triangulated far out in the open Indian Ocean off regular shipping lanes. The nearest ship was the American merchant vessel Silver Star, which quickly set on course for the coordinates. Upon arrival, the crew of the Silver Star spotted a ship on the horizon. It was indeed the SS Ourang Medan. The ship appeared intact and unscathed, not damaged or hijacked. But eerily, it drifted aimlessly, lifelessly across the waves. Repeated attempts to contact the crew went unanswered. No movement, no signs of life. Something was very wrong. A boarding party from the Silver Star climbed aboard, and what they found was beyond comprehension. The decks were littered with the corpses of Dutch sailors. Every body had the same expression, eyes wide open, in terror mouths, frozen in a silent scream, faces twisted in agony, and limbs contorted as if they were trying to fight something unseen. Even the ship's dog was found dead, its lips curled back, teeth bared in a snarl. The captain's body lay on the bridge, his officers in the chart room, engineers at their posts in the engine room, and the radio operator, the man who had sent the SOS, was found dead over his transmitter. All bore the same look of unimaginable fear, yet none of them had any visible injuries. They had simply died. Even more disturbing, the corpses began decomposing far faster than normal, and the air on board was inexplicably cold, despite it being a blazing hot day at around 37 degrees. Measurements taken aboard revealed temperatures as low as 4 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees in some areas. Despite the unease, the captain of the Silver Star decided to tow the ship to port. But just as the lines were secured, smoke began to rise from the lower decks, specifically from cargo hold number 4. The tow lines were cut immediately. Seconds later, the Ourang Medan exploded with a massive force that lifted its hull clear out of the water. The ship shattered and sank into the depths of the Indian Ocean, never to be seen again. Miraculously, no one from the Silver Star was injured, as no crew members had remained aboard the doomed vessel. The story of the SS Ourang Medan was first officially reported in May 1952 by the United States Coast Guard. Since then, countless theories have emerged trying to explain what really happened. Some compare it to the Philadelphia experiment, suggesting it was part of a secret government test gone wrong. Others claim supernatural forces or paranormal entities were responsible for the crew's horrifying deaths. And of course, some skeptics insist the ship never existed at all. Researchers later noted that the name Ourang Medan does not appear in any official maritime registry or port records. But German author Otto Mielke, writing in 1954, claimed to have confirmed the event through interviews with Silver Star crew members. Mielke's report mentioned unpublished details including the ship's last known destination, and crucially, its cargo, a dangerous mix of potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin. If true, this would have been an illegal and deadly shipment cargo no port authority would have allowed to sail. Thus, some believe the Ourang Medan was a smuggling vessel operating under a false name, deliberately taking a remote route to avoid detection. According to this theory, seawater may have leaked into the cargo hold, reacting with the chemicals to release toxic gas, which poisoned the crew. Later, when the nitroglycerin became unstable, it triggered the explosion that destroyed the ship. However, questions remain. If cyanide gas was involved, why did the Silver Star's rescuers suffer no ill effects? And why did the dead appear twisted in such torment? Cyanide kills quickly without causing such visible agony. Other researchers propose that the ship was carrying taboon, a highly toxic nerve agent, developed by Nazi Germany during World War II, and later shared with their Japanese allies. After the war, both the US and Soviet Union were eager to capture German scientists and their weapons research. Some speculate that taboon stocks were secretly transported aboard unregistered vessels using foreign crews to maintain secrecy. Taboon causes paralysis and convulsions, leaving victims frozen in agony, which could explain the sailors' terrifying postures. And because taboon quickly breaks down, it might have dissipated before the rescue team arrived. Whether the story of the Ourang Medan is a true maritime tragedy or a sailor's myth remains uncertain. But with the official U.S. Coast Guard report and decades of dedicated investigation, many believe there must be some truth behind it. Perhaps something far darker occurred, something the world was never meant to know. Over 70 years later, the mystery endures. If the SS Ourang Medan truly existed, no one has ever found her wreck. Until that happens, we may never know what really happened to the doomed crew of the ghost ship that sent one final chilling message into the sea: I die.